How's it going, everybody? My name is DuShaun, and today we're going to be going over the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Switch console, and why this may be a perfect fit for you. So this year has been the year that I've collected a lot of special edition consoles, and this time it's the Switch's turn, coming out with this nice, overall really good kind of design when it comes to just keeping faith with what they're going for. So we're going to be going over pretty much what comes in the box and seeing if the value proposition matches at all, and see if this is something that you will want to put some money for. So the first thing that you do see coming out of this box are the Joy-Cons, and my first impression of the Joy-Cons is that the colors are kind of dull. I do kind of wish out like the yellow and the brown kind of pop out a little bit more, and I really do wish they would have added some other additional stuff. When you put it like here on the console and stuff, and you kind of see how it all puts together, you would think that just how Pikachu and Eevee are sitting on the front, that they kind of add the tail, like kind of like just like a cutout of the tail on the controllers, so that way when it's set like this, it actually looks more presented. Right now it kind of looks unfinished, and quite honestly, like you could do the same thing with your current Switch controllers by just painting over them. The next thing you do look at here is actually the tablet itself, and you pull the tablet out, and on the front you don't really see too much going on. It's really standard. There isn't any other cutouts or anything like that. All the magic though is in the back. So when you turn it around, you pretty much have silhouette designs of Pikachu and Eevee literally jumping all across the back. Even some of the Pokeball and some leaves for some reason. I don't know why that's in there. But the back actually looks pretty nice. I do like how it looks really busy. It looks like there's a lot going on. And one thing I will say I like about the whole setup is I do like that it's not just a full Pikachu or a full Eevee console thing that you have going on, is that it represents both, and that's probably one of my more favorite things, and I think it does that really well on the silhouette design. Next thing that comes in the box is the game code for Let's Go Pikachu, or if you got the Eevee version, Let's Go Eevee. Now this is probably like my most disappointing thing out of the whole box is, if you're gonna pay the full disc price, it would make sense that you get the full disc game. I mean, you're paying extra to have the game in the box, so I just don't understand why Nintendo just didn't actually give you the physical copy of the game. Instead, they gave you a download code, which for some people, if they don't have internet or they don't have enough space to kind of download the game, you're gonna have space on the console because of course it's gonna be brand new, but it is kind of like a lot, especially if you're transferring from your old one going into here. And I just don't feel like you should have to wait like I did to kind of play the game. Like, it should be something you should pop in. You're kind of already paying to kind of have that experience, and that's probably gonna, I'm always gonna dock points off that. Like, I don't really want digital copies if I'm going to be buying a set like this. The next thing you'll also see is the toppers that go to the Switch Joy-Cons. Now these are opposite colors that when you put the brown one for the Pikachu one, you put the white one for Eevee. And I'm always kind of sort of weird about this because I don't understand why you will have the brown one on top of the yellow, since there really isn't any brown besides like the brown zigzags on the back. I really feel like that probably should have did like a red so it actually speaks out more on Pikachu. But the Eevee one actually looks really nice with the white, just because those two colors are more for Eevee and everything, but I do feel like those should have the room for Pikachu. Besides that though, they actually look pretty nice, and they're pretty much the same. I have the same kind of opinions that I do on the Joy-Cons. They're just really flat colors are on there and they don't shine as much. Next thing you have is the controller adapter for the Joy-Cons. This one isn't has anything special with it. Honestly, there is no cutouts or no insignias. It's literally the same one that you get if you get any Switch console, which I feel like this is kind of disappointing in a way, but at least you get it. The next thing you'll probably see is the Pokeball Remote. Now when it comes to this Pokeball Remote, basically you can actually play almost the entire Pokemon game with it. You can actually walk with the front kind of little dabble here. And you can actually go up, down, left, right, and for like accepting stuff, like pretty much hitting A, you just click on it. And of course it has the gyroscope, so you can pretty much throw this like an actual Pokeball within the game. Also, this ball can be recharged with USB Type-C, so the same cord that you have with the Switch console itself to charge it, you can also have one for the actual remote. And the best thing is that you actually get a separate cord for this. So it's not just the USB Type-C cord you get for the console, but you will get a separate smaller one for the actual Pokeball Remote. So that's actually pretty good. One thing of warning though, I would say, is that if you have a dog or something laying around or just kind of running around and stuff, do not have this on the floor. He will pick it up, he will try to eat it. And this thing is about $50. And so if you don't want to pay another $50 to replace this sucker, I suggest put it in a higher ground. So the next thing that you see out of the box is the tablet holder itself. And this is probably the second coolest thing that I like. I do like the fact that you have both Pikachu and Eevee actually kind of etched out on the front. Looks like it also is kind of painted on there. You can definitely feel like the actual design itself extruding out. It actually looks out really nice. I feel like it gives some character to this overall boring aspect of the Switch. And it's just, I mean, honestly, it looks really cool when you have this, the joy icons on the side when the Switch is docked. It looks really nice. Again, I'm still kind of wish that the tails were kind of etched out to the controllers to make this design itself complete. But I really do like what they did here. I really do like how it looks. It pops out really nicely. And this is probably the only time where the dull colors itself actually look a lot better. And it actually pops out more being on top of this black. So after looking at everything in the box, pretty much my final kind of feelings on it is that it's overall good. And when we're talking about on an overall standpoint, there's a lot of just nice things that there to look at, a lot of other things, but I feel like there was more missed opportunities with the console. Like I said, like the silhouettes on the back look really nice, but I play the game on the front, and so when I'm playing the game on the front, there should be some more things I should see rather than just different colored Joy-Cons. Like, again, if at least they had like Pikachu or Eevee etched out on the actual controllers, it would just look that much nicer. It's just, you know, you want those kind of extra things for like when you're actually looking at the console, not just when you have it docked. So I do feel like there were some missed opportunities there, and I'm definitely gonna hit it, mainly also because of not having the physical copy of the game in the box. That, dull colors are probably my biggest two things about this whole console. Besides that, the console itself, if you don't have a Switch already and you do want to spend your money on getting like a good, nice color edition, something that's more representative, you know, if you just like Pokemon, I feel like this is probably going to be the best that they're going to do for the Switch. And there are some good things coming out of here. I won't hit it on it too much, but I do enjoy the look. I do like it. However, once you put it right next to like original one with like the blue and red Joy-Cons, I think you'll more understand what I mean about how the colors don't pop out as much and why it kind of looks like it's not as special as it could be in the front. With that, everybody, thank you for watching this video. If you really did like what you saw, hit the like button. If you like the content and you want to see more unboxings or outboxings or whatever I did today, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that we can see more content. But hopefully everything that you did see today will help you make a better and a more informed decision tomorrow.